Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I've just done a glam makeup based look for you only. I haven't filmed any eyes, so I've done a little step-by-step process to show you how I get the perfect glam base makeup, and this is the finished product. So I hope I've helped you, given you some tips and tricks. Leave a comment below. Hopefully you can try this out when we finally get out of self-isolation and go back out. If you do, tag me in it. I'd love to see your finished product, and yeah, I hope you enjoy. Okay, so firstly we're going to start with prepping the skin. So I've got nothing on at the moment. I don't even have moisturizer on. So what I'm going to try today is something that I've heard going around about popping on your moisturizer. I'm going to use my Dermalogica Moisturiser. So I'm going to pop that all over the face. So it's really, really important to prep your skin before putting on your foundation, because that's going to set, I guess, the tone for how your foundation is going to sit. And obviously, depending what skin type you have, it's going to help the foundation to sit better, and what type of foundation you're wearing is going to help it wear longer through the day. So say if you've got really dry skin, it's super important to, moisturize and use hydrating products. Nextly, I'm going to use the MAC Prep and Prime Transparent Finishing Powder. So this is just a loose transparent powder that I'm going to pop on all over the face. Not too much, like not a heavy layer of it. So it's kind of like setting your moisturizer down. I actually love this this MAC loose powder because it's so velvety. The texture of it's so nice. So I guess this is going to help my foundation sit nicer. Okay, so I've done that, and then I'm pretty sure you use a setting spray. So I'm going to use the Badescu facial spray. This has got aloe vera in it, so it's and cucumber and green tea, so it's super soothing for the skin. So if you get any irritations, this is really nice because it's not going to irritate your skin. It's just going to soothe it. And then you go in with your primer. So I'm not really going to put a primer on per se. I'm going to put on my MAC Strobe Cream. This is not a primer, but it is like a prep, because I'm going with more of like a dewy sort of look today with my foundation, so I really want a nice like glowy underbase. So I'm going to pop a little bit of this all over, and I think I'm more going to like press it into my skin because I've got powder on. I don't want to like move it around my face by like, blending it into my skin. I'm going to press it in more. If you love a dewy base, then I highly recommend the Strobe Cream. It's got a little bit of that like natural glow sheen to my skin. I don't know if you can see. Go in with my iconic London Prep Set Glow. So pretty, and I'm going to spray that all over. Sorry, I don't know if you can see, one of my lashes is like sticking to the bottom of my inner corner a little bit. So if you see me like, ugh. What I'm going to go in with today is the TooFaced Born This Way foundation. This is in light beige. It might be a little bit light for me because I do have like quite a fresh tan on. But I love this one because it's nice and hydrating. So I'm going to go in with the brush. I'm probably going to use a mixture of a brush and my beauty blender. just to buff it into my skin because I like a pretty good coverage. So really depending on what sort of coverage you like, and how much foundation you want on. So I'm just gonna like put little spots of it all over and then start buffing it in, and I'm gonna more like press into my skin. I'm not gonna like wipe it around like this. I'm pressing it into my skin. Again, you're pressing the foundation into your skin, like moving it around is gonna more like smudge the foundation and all the other products that you put on underneath. So I do recommend more like pressing the foundation into your skin. And you don't really need too much product on your forehead, but I didn't put enough on, so I'm going to need a little bit more, just a tiny bit more, just on my forehead. The colour is pretty good actually, it's not too light. So just keep pressing and just leaving the area around your eyebrows because you're going to carve them out with more like sharp brush so you can have more of that sharper brow. And just leaving a little bit underneath your eye as well so you can pop on your concealer. You don't want too many layers of product underneath your eyes, especially if you feel like you do crease. So going to shape the brows now, I'm just going to grab my foundation and I've got like a flat little brush here. If you've got something similar you can use, or even like an eye product brush, like a flat brush. I'll just put a little tiny bit on there. And I'm just going to dab a little bit up there on either side, and then I'm going to really drag the rest of the product that's left on the brush just down the brow there. So you're sort of shaping your eyebrows a little bit more, giving you more of that curve, and then bringing that product down. And then you can go back in with your foundation brush and just buff it out. See the difference there? It's just really shaped the brow. So I'm going to use my concealer. I'm going in with the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. And pop the brush down. And I'm really just going to put a lot of the product underneath the eye here. Bringing it down a little bit towards the nose because we want to shape the nose a little bit. It's going to help when you get to your contouring stage. So just dabbing and really bringing it out over here because with the look that I've got a wing on and I'm trying to elongate my eye a little bit more. Just bringing that down here. And I'm going to use a sponge for this one. I'll show you the sponge that I have. I'm putting a little bit to brighten up the chin area, a little bit at the tip of the nose, and you can do your forehead, but I don't really do my forehead. Okay, so the sponge that I'm using is Morphe sponge. I don't think it's a collaboration with anyone, I'm not sure. But I love it because it's got that edge tip. You can use anything, like you can use your brush. This is the other type of brush that I would use. Don't mind it, it's dirty because I use it. But this one I love because it really gets right into under the eye area. And I'm just pressing that product in. And don't worry about the harsh lines yet between your concealer and your foundation because we're going to blend that back out with your sponge or your brush that you've used. So just bringing that product all the way and just bringing that up towards the tip of the nose a little bit, but leaving that edge there because that's where we're going to contour. And bringing that underneath to the top of the lip. And to really get like underneath my wing there, I'm going to go back in with that other brush that I used to carve out my brows to go right up into my wing. Back in with the foundation brush that I use and just buff out the edges in between the concealer and the foundation so that they're sort of more blended in together. I've got a stick foundation that I'm going to use as my contour. You don't have to cream contour. This is just personal preference that I like to do for more of a glam look that I'm doing. Not so much my everyday makeup, I don't ever cream contour. So I'm just going to put some of that product there. Top of the forehead area. A little bit under the chin and on the jaw. Just a little bit on the tip of the nose. And just down the sides of the nose as well. So you don't want to leave that product on there for too long because it could set into the skin and then be harder to buff out. So I'm just going to use this sort of brush here. It's a bit more of like a thinner sort of type foundation brush, but I like the shape of it because it really helps with just keeping my contour not too big. So I'm just pressing it and buffing it out. And again, don't think too much about harsh lines because like we keep doing, just go back in with your foundation brush and buff out any edges you think are too strong. With the nose here, I am going to go in with my sponge to do that because it is a smaller area. Just pressing and buffing that in. So it's really just starting to come together now once you get your contour on. Just really shaping your face. And you're going to go over it later on to set with your bronzer. I'm going to blend this in first. And bringing it up towards your brow. There we go. Okay, so back in with my foundation brush because I feel like I got a lot more product on this side. Especially underneath, I'm just going to buff it in. I do love a strong contour though, just personal preference for me. So, you know, I could get away with wearing this much. Yeah, so we're just really shaping the face and we look a little bit white, but we're going to go in with the powder and set the face, and that's going to give it more color, and your bronzer is going to give you more color again. So don't think too much about how this looks because it's really just progress. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the MAC Transparent finishing powder again, just for under the eye area, because I just, like I said before, I love the texture of it. It's so smooth, it's so velvety, and I find it's like really good for especially under the eye area for creasing. And you can use a brush, but I am going to use my sponge wherever that is. There it is. But before I do so, I'm just gonna check just in case there's any creasing starting and buff that out. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop all that product onto the sponge and press that into the skin. We're not baking, we're pressing it into the skin so it's set. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but it's really just lifted the eye. And I'm going to bring that right up the nose to where I contoured. And then again, bringing that out this way. So we want to keep this all bright. See the difference between both sides? Like, you can still see the bag under here, but you can't really see it as much under here. And it's just really like shaped out here. So I'm going to use the Studio Fix pressed powder, and I've got this in an NC43. This is like my tan shade. And I'm just going to go in with more of like a fluffy brush and press that into the skin. So pressing underneath your contouring, I'm not really going to go over my contoured areas because I'm going to do that anyway with my bronzing. So just setting everywhere you haven't already. Just lightly, so I'm going to give you a little bit more coverage. And then I'm going to go in with a bigger bronzing brush. And I'm going to go in with this. This is a limited edition, so I don't think you can go and buy it because you can't. Sun Soaked Strip. So it's a little bit of a lighter, cool toned bronzer because I don't want to go too hard with my bronzing. So just pressing it into the skin on all those areas that you've contoured. And leaving the nose because we're going to use a smaller brush for that. Just pressing into the skin until you get the desired amount of bronzer. And that's just really from the top of your ear down to like the middle of your cheek, because you're going to add all your blush to your cheek, the apples of your cheeks there. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. And then I'm going to go in with a smaller brush, or probably like an eye fluffy brush, dipping that in. And so we're just going to go in with that product and bring it up to the brow. Again, if you feel like you've gone too hard with the colour and it's too strong, you just buff it out with your foundation brush or something, even like a brush with no product on it. Just taking that in. To your lid. And actually I'm going to do a little bit underneath my lip. And then, yeah, so I'm going to go in with my powder brush and I'm just going to go over that a little bit. You can do that all over the face if you like. Let's see, we're getting pretty snatched now. And this is definitely more of like a glammed look. Like, I don't do all of these steps or use this much product just on my everyday sort of makeup. This is like the perfect sort of base for like a night out. Alright, so next I'm going to go in with my blush. I'm going to use a matte finishing blush, and this one is Melba from MAC. Just a pretty like soft pink. So tapping that brush in, and we're just going to tap that into the apples of the cheeks here. Just bringing it into your bronzer. The next step is my favorite, which is highlighter, and we're basically almost done. Again, I'm just gonna buff out a little bit with my powder brush. Do this quite a lot throughout the whole thing. This is a little trio highlighter pack. I'm gonna go in with like these two shades here. This one because it's a nice like softer color, and this one because it's super bronzy, so it can blend into your bronze more. So tapping the brush in, I'm just using like a fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna press it into the skin again, bringing it down towards your blush. A little bit on the forehead, like the high point of your forehead. Your cupid's bow. Your chin. Obviously you can use as much as you like. I like a lot of highlight, that's just me, you don't have to use as much. The tip of your nose, a little bit up on the top, and then just on the other sides. So this is the lighter shade that I've been using here, and then I'm going to go in with the more bronzier one. Just go over that on the cheeks, just to soften the colour a little bit more. And obviously depending what you're doing, like if you're going out during the day, you probably don't want to use as much highlight, just because you're gonna like glow like crazy in the sun. Okay, and then lastly, the MAC Fix Plus spray. This is in the pink lit. Again, glowy. Spray this all over. It's a really nice, like glam, glowy makeup base. So this is like my go-to for my like glam clients. So because I've already filled in my brows, I'm just gonna go in and fluff my brows up with all the like prints gone off of it. The Benefit Gimme Brow. Bring up and fluff those brow hairs up. So adding some texture to the brows. Obviously you don't have to do this, but yeah. So brows done, base done, eyes are half done. I'm gonna put some lips on. I'm gonna do more of a glossy look. What I'm gonna use is the MAC Strip Down lip pencil. I'm gonna line my lips, and I'm just gonna put like a clear natural nude gloss on. Should probably sharpen this because this is pretty blunt. I'm gonna warm it up into the back of my hand a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to line my lips. And I'm going to bring it up like halfway up my lip. Lips are pretty dry at the moment because it's getting cold here in Brizzy. Plus I live out in the sticks, so it's even more colder. I love this kind of lip look. I should probably stop talking while I'm doing this because it's going to make a mess. Okay, and then we're going to go in with the gloss, wherever that went. So I'm just going to use an oldie but a goodie. It's a Napoleon lip veil in pink pearl. So it's like a nice sticky gloss. It's a natural nude colour, so I don't want too much colour on my lips, because I want more of that colour of the lip pencil. There we go, that's it for the lips. Okay, so I've gone ahead and finished under my eyes. I'll just show you I use the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette. I've had this for so long and I barely ever touch it, but it's so nice. So all I've used for my eyes is these two colours and this one here and a little bit of the black. So just some really nice like browns. So I'm just gonna go in with my inner corner and show you how I do that, because I really want to make that pop. So what I'm going to use is the Inglot Gel Liner in 76, so this is a white gel liner, and then I'm going to go over it with the MAC Vanilla Pigment. So I'm just going to go in with a really small bullet brush and just get a tiny bit of that product on the end of the brush, like so, and I'm just going to take a bit of the excess product off just onto the back of my hand, because we don't want like a whole heap of it, and we can go back and use more if we need. So just gonna press that into the inner corner there, just like that, buff it out with your finger, and then just do the other side. Go too heavy with this because it can look too harsh. Buff that out. And then just with the same brush, I'm going to grab the vanilla pigment. Just dip that in like so. I'm going to tap the excess off, and then see how like intense that is. It's so good. Obviously if you don't like your inner corner to be as intense as I do, then you don't have to do this either, but I feel like it just really makes the eyes pop. And I learnt this trick when I did my one-on-one lesson with Makeup by Nicole Jane. So good. And I'm just gonna set my face again because why not? So that's my go-to base look. If you have any questions, put a comment down in the comment box and I'm happy to answer. If you have any questions about any of the products, or if you want anything more in depth, or just to talk about how you might be able to work products in for your skin, just send me a DM or comment below and I can help you out. But I hope it's helped you and given you some sort of tips to help perfect your glam makeup base look.